Hey, busy crafters. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're returning. My name is Jessica, and we have the Calendar Girls collaboration for you. That is right. Hosted by my friend, Simply Blessed Crafts. That's Tiffany. And our other friend, Sunflower Tasha. That's Tasha. And of course, yours truly. So be sure to go check these two wonderful, beautiful ladies out, as well as a playlist linked down below. So, we only have one project here, and this is it. Project number one, and the one and only for this video. So what I did is I got that resincrete. It is a resin. It's like a plaster, and it's water-based. So what I do is it has the directions on the back of if you put this much resincrete in there, then you have to put this much water in there. So what I did here is I did 100 grams of the resincrete and then 30 grams of water. So I'm trying to get it perfect because, yeah, I don't want it. This is the first time that I'm ever playing with this. I saw another crafter do it, and I was like, I like that. Something with me is I like to try new things, and I do have something else coming up that I'm going to try. I'm going to keep it on the down low right now, but that's what we're going to do. I'm going to keep it under wraps until I figure out how to do it. But this is the very first time that you guys are actually seeing me do this resincrete. I haven't done it before this video, and so it seemed pretty self-explanatory. So those are little bird molds that I got off of Amazon. I also got the resincrete off of Amazon as well, and that whole mixture took up the large bird silicone mold. So I had to, of course, mix more. Now, something that really kind of upset me is I also wanted to make a cross, and I couldn't find the cross. And I was like, I did buy a cross. I did buy a cross mold, and I couldn't find it, and I was frustrated, so I moved on to a different project, and then guess what I found? My cross mold. So, of course, I'm going to make a couple cross molds because Jesus is great. He saved my life on so many different occasions. Not just the one time that he took my sin to the cross and saved my life there. No, he saved my life throughout those 44 years that I have been on this earth. And I just love him so much. And I am not ashamed of him. And I will scream it to the mountaintops. And I live on the mountaintop that I love Jesus Christ. And he is my Lord and Savior. And he just makes everything, even in the chaos, he makes everything beautiful. So I am definitely going to be doing the crosses. Because why not? So I didn't have enough here, so I'm like, okay, let's do this more. So I've only did it by the first one, which is the 100 grams of the resincrete and then 30 grams of water. Mix it up really good. What was great about it is there was not a lot of chunks in there, and so I was like, heck yeah. Now here I'm not wearing a mask. Maybe I should have because I do have asthma, and it is kind of like flour, and that stuff comes up. But I haven't had an issue with it. I think next time I will, go on the caution of safety and wear the mask. Now that mold there is for some coasters that I made earlier, and I accidentally made the wrong stand for the coasters that I made, but it is what it is. So that's not going to be part of the video, and neither is this. I just did not want to waste the resincrete because I don't like to waste products. I really don't, guys. So I decided, what the heck? Let's just fill up some heart molds, and then we could probably do something with them later. I probably will too. I have a lot of different molds that my middle son has gotten me for Christmases and everything. The cool thing about this resincrete is, well, the crazy thing I should say is I went to check that bird and it was hot. So I undid the bird, the bigger bird first. I did that one first, and here I pulled off the tail. I pulled off the tail undoing this. I was in such a hurry to try to get this video done because I started feeling a little bit under the weather. Nothing contagious, nothing like that. I don't think my surgery worked, guys. So, not feeling the greatest, but still got the show's got to go on. So what I did is I took my Gorilla Super Glue gel. I like that stuff, and I did put it on the tip of the bird tail. Next time I know take your time. I took my time with the bigger bird and everything was perfect. This gel, oh my goodness, it like adhered instantly. So I was very happy with that because then I was able to continue on with the project and not having to wait, 14 lifetimes for it to dry. So I was like, heck yeah. And now you can't even tell the bird's tail got ripped off. So what I did there is I just sanded the bottom of it because it was a little bit rough on the side. And I was going to leave them white, but because the bird's tail fell off, got pulled off, I decided to paint them in my, I think that's chestnut. And that's what I did there. And yeah, so I paint them. I only had to give them one coat. I liked how the white was. It was like pure white and it looked nice. And I was just going to leave it like that. But again, the tail got ripped off. And so there was a little tiny bit of an imperfection. So with the paint, you can't see that, you really can't tell that the tail got ripped off. So I made these birds from scratch. And what's cool is that these birds, for some reason, before the paint, they stayed really cold. It was crazy. So now there is my calendar for the 65 roses. And because they're beige, I was like, oh, red will stand out. And I picked that flower and I was going through. And then that flower was a bit darker and I liked that one. So I decided to use that one. I was going to use both of them, but there was no need to basically destroy both of the calendar pages. So I just went with the deeper red one. And it turned out great. So got that red rose out. Now I have my little punch. And I got that from Tuesday mornings, probably about 3 or 4 years ago. Maybe even longer. Yeah, because after COVID, Tuesday mornings kind of went downhill. And now we don't have Tuesday mornings anymore. Which I kind of miss that store. It was a great store. A lot of craft supplies, cheaper. And now we don't have that. Yeah. So what I did there is I picked the butterfly one because this is birds, bees, and wing things. And so I made the birds, and now I picked the butterfly punch, and I'm just punching out a bunch of butterflies. And some butterflies were kind of distorted or defective, and so I decided to just throw those away because I punched on top of a punch, and it was crazy. So I just used up all of that as best as I could. And then I just kept punching out butterflies. Now I have a lot of butterflies left over that I could use in my junk journaling for decorating. I can do all that. So that's not really going to waste either. So that's a good thing. Now, I guess I'm just going to sit here and make you watch me punch out this calendar. Yeah, I am so sorry, guys. So sorry. Hopefully I don't. Okay, I don't. See? Okay. So there, I got the resin brushes, and I was like, well, if it's good with resin, then it should be good with glue. And it was, for the most part. These, because it's for resin work, they're a little bit more stiffer of a brush, so you kind of have to be careful not to scrape off the paper. So that's what I did here. Just a little daub of glue, and then I put on a butterfly, a little daub of glue, and put on a butterfly. Now, I did not cover the birds in these. For the first one with the tail, I only put the butterflies on the tail. Now you can't even tell that the tail got broken. So it's great. It's wonderful. Perfect. Love it. Actually, it's not perfect. It's flawed, but it's beautifully flawed. And so that's what I'm doing here. The first bird I did seal with my matte Mod Podge. The second bird, I only sealed the butterflies. I didn't seal the whole thing because I started getting extremely tired and I just didn't have the energy or the strength to do that. So, and at first I was going to cover both birds completely. And that's when I was like, oh, wait, no, I like the way this turned out because it's not overdone and it's done, to me, it's done tastefully. So I did see somebody cover the birds completely, but they also had different size everything. And there's the butterflies that were punched out with the calendar pages. And so I started to seal it there, and that's when I decided, no, I want it to go a little bit more. So I did a little bit more up its back and then on the bottom of its tail. And yeah. and it turned out cool. So another thing is I didn't let the paint dry completely, so there are a little bit of chips in the bird from my fingers, still touching the wet paint and it just coming right off. I didn't sand down the birds beforehand. They were very smooth, and so I didn't think of it. So they might chip. I will let you guys know if they do, but so far, so good. Another thing is people are not going to be touching them. They are going to... I will show you. I will show you. These birds won't be touched on a regular, so we'll be... we'll be good. So here I am sealing it with another resin brush. Now these brushes are extremely hard. Again, they are for resin work, which I love doing resin work too. And now I'm like, okay. Now I'm going up the bottom of the tail and a little bit on the side. And that will be for that bird, the smaller bird. But yeah, if you guys are thinking about doing the resincrete, I highly recommend it. It's absolutely wonderful. What's kind of cool is after it dries, and it only takes 30 minutes to demold. So 30 minutes and it is ready to go. You can start working within 30 minutes of it hardening. What's cool about it is when you demold them, it kind of feels like stone. They have that coolness, like that cold, like stone does. And just how smooth it is, it feels a lot like stone. And so that's what my daughter-in-law even said is kind of feels like stone. So here we go. I got that from Hobby Lobby. It's a smaller wood round, and I only buy these wood rounds when they are on sale. I do not pay full price for them. And so I take off that. Now, I was going to paint it, but guys, I was lazy, okay? I'm not feeling good. I'm feeling ran down. So I just go ahead and take some Aleene's tacky glue, put it around to the sides, and then I put on the hot glue. Then I mess it all up, and then I have to start all over. You're going to see. Yeah, it is way off. That is not centered. And then the hot glue, like it here, boom, just like that. So I was like, oh my goodness. I cannot believe you did that. Genius. And so I had to scrape everything off because I may be not feeling well and I may be wanting to be a little bit lazy, but I'm not going to be I'm not going to be that lazy to where the project is not as close to good as possible. So I redid it, and now I'm happy with it being a little bit more centered. And I got that bird cage. It's actually a full-on bird cage. And the bottom part, I put the hot glue down. That's the bottom part, and then the top part goes on it. And then you can see on to the sides right there that there's little clasps that hold the top part to the bottom part. So I just glued that down and took a break. Came back a couple days later. So now I take these 1 inch by 1 inch square blocks that I also got from Amazon. I got the candle holder I got from my friend and neighbor Jill. Thank you, Jill. I appreciate you so much. She's really wonderful. She has got to be one of the sweetest people I've ever met in my entire life. Truthfully. She's a wonderful woman. So I got that candle holder from her, and then the wood round came from Hobby Lobby. The bird cage came from my aunt, and the little 1x1 square blocks came from Amazon. The resincrete came from Amazon, and the calendar came from my other friend Margie. So that's where everything came from. Oh, and then I got that Spanish moss from Hobby Lobby as well. I really don't like working with Spanish moss or moss in any particular... I don't like working with it because it seems like I have to clean up all the time afterwards. And I'm always cleaning, guys. I'm a housewife. I'm always cleaning. So when I craft, I don't really want to clean. But I had to clean up a little bit. So that's why I don't really do a lot of stuff with moss or glitter. But I like the way the glitter looks. And I did do resin coasters with glitter, and they turned out amazing. So, not too shabby there. But the glitter stayed in. So here I was all like, okay, you know what? It needs something, and I really didn't feel like digging for red flowers, because I think I have small red flowers. No, they're purple. Huh. It's a good thing I didn't go digging. I wanted to put small red flowers around it just to bring out the red in the birds. But then I decided to just go ahead and do a thing of fairy lights that I also got from Amazon. And I just glued it to the bottom, and then that way it's accessible and you can't even see it. And it works out perfect. So now I'm just going to clamp down the bird cage, the top of the bird cage to the bottom of the bird cage. And I'm thinking I'm going to put this in my bathroom. I really am. I'm thinking I am. I might go around with the braided jute cord just around the edge of the wood round, so that way it's not bam in your face wood round. So there's that. I do want to take a moment to thank every single one of my subscribers, every single person who's even watching this video, clicked on it. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart, and may God bless every single last one of you. Again, thank you. I appreciate you guys. I can't tell you that enough. I am so grateful for you guys. Okay, so here's on to the final review of the only project that we did. I have to sit down and think of more things to do with calendars. I want to think outside the calendar date. So yeah. So here it is with the lights on. I only did it with the lights on, but the butterflies are made with calendar pages of a deep red rose from December. And I believe that calendar was from 2016. And yeah, the birds were made from scratch with the resin crete. Highly recommend it. I love the way it turned out. Looking forward to playing with some more of it. And then I'm trying to show the candle holder because it was a really cool candle holder. And there you go. There's the candle holder. I wish the weather, that dang... All I have to say is that dang groundhog, we were having a beautiful winter. Our winter was like 60 degrees. I was about to go out there and do some gardening. But no, he decided that he wanted to see his shadow. So now we're getting pounded. Oh well. So go ahead and follow me on all of my social medias. The links will be them in the description box below. Also check out my Etsy shop. And I am going to get to the gardening video. A majority of you guys wanted the gardening video. So I do have to clean out the greenhouse and I will video all of that. Looking forward to that as soon as the snow leaves. Again, please like this video, share this video with your friends. It really pushes my video out for YouTube. Comment, I do get back to the comments. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. It really helps me out. It's free to you. And yeah, then you get to, notice the craziness. Also hit that notification bell so that way you know anytime I upload. Okay, so again, thank you, Tasha, with Sunflower Tasha's, for being our wonderful guest host. I also want to give a shout out to my friend Tiffany. I appreciate you, girl. You're amazing. And be sure to go check the playlist down in the description box below. Again, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys. And until I see you on the next one, may God bless every single last one of you. And have a wonderful week ahead. All right, bye.